Today we're going to be going through how to set up your pay cycle within Cloud Biometry. First, we're going to navigate to the Settings section in the bottom left of the left pane, and we are going to select Pay Policy under the Settings options. Once here, we see a couple of tabs that we're going to go over. The first one being a General tab where you can name your pay cycle. This is not a requirement, nor does it show up anywhere, but you can name it if you'd like. We're going to move over to the Overtime tab. In the Overtime tab, we have weekly, daily, double, and California overtime options. California overtime will immediately pull the required fields for overtime rules in California for those customers that are based there. We can also set weekly, daily, or double time overtime options. Weekly, we can change from 40 to anything that we would like, and we can also set up daily overtime and then daily double time at your discretion. Here we will set it to 40 and save. Then we will move on to the midnight policy. The midnight policy dictates the hours that are accumulated for each day within a pay cycle or a working day in the pay cycle that overlaps midnight. We have three options. Combine out punch past midnight to the previous in punch only, not to exceed maximum allowed daily work hours. This setting specifically means that we combine the out punch that overlaps midnight to the previous in punch, which means that if the maximum daily work hours have not been met within that shift length time and an out punch has not been made, if the out punch is past midnight, it will accumulate the hours on the previous working day when the in punch was completed. We have do not combine to previous punch time, insert automatic out punch prior to midnight and automatic in punch for a new day after midnight, also called the split, which splits the time before midnight and after midnight. If we have an employee that works 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., from 8 p.m. until midnight, that time will be split on the previous day, and from midnight until 4 a.m., that time will count towards the next working day. We also have combine all punch times past midnight to the previous day, not to exceed maximum daily hours worked. So this setting means that all punches that are made past midnight will be counted towards the previous working day, as long as they do not exceed the maximum daily work hours that are set. If you do not have employees working overnights, you should just leave it at the top option, which is combine out punch past midnight to the previous in punch, so that there is no confusion. Here we're going to set it there and save. And then we will move on to the pay cycle tab. Under the pay cycle tab, we have three options: week start, payroll period schedule, and recent payroll closing date. For week start, you can choose any day of the week, but for example purposes, we will leave this at Monday. The week start is not only indicative of the first day of your pay cycle, but it is also the first day that overtime begins calculating. So if you have a bi-weekly cycle that runs Monday through Sunday every 2 weeks, we would set this to Monday, and it would calculate overtime Monday through Sunday individually within each week. Please keep in mind that overtime for a biweekly cycle will not be done on a basis of over 80 hours, but over 40 hours per pay week within that cycle. The payroll period schedule options are weekly, biweekly, semi-monthly, and monthly options. Weekly and biweekly allows you to choose a payroll closing date like this by selecting a specific option. And semi-monthly and monthly allow you to choose a specific day of the month when the payroll closes. For example purposes, we will leave this at a Monday through Sunday weekly cycle and save. If you have further questions, you can always contact us in the help section in the dashboard by contacting support@cloudbiometry.com or giving us a call at 888-860-2535 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday.